All right, we're here with 2022 offensive tackle Kiyaunta Goodwin. Kiyaunta, I mean, you're not working out today. 2-hour drive from Louisville. How important? But why did you want to come up here and sort of support your guys and just be able to help them and talk them through everything that's going on today?
Well, it's just very important, just to motivate your guys. A lot of guys that I hear, from my gym, I just wanted to be able to, show my support and motivate them.
Being a guy that has so much success in the gym, like you said, like we talked about before we got on camera, you said you lost 126 pounds. Guys, when you walk in the gym, you just have a different level of respect for you because of all the work you put in to do that. Do you sort of feel that when you talk to these guys at this camp and just sort of like try and walk them through everything?
Yeah, I'm just very motivated in what I want to do. So, I just try to the guys that are in my gym, always just try to keep them, knowing like it just takes hard work.
Losing 126 pounds, I asked him on the camera, but how hard and difficult was that? And what was the hardest thing about losing all that for you?
I mean, it was difficult, but, I feel like it wasn't that hard because, I was very motivated. I want to take care of my mom. I want to create generational wealth for my family. So, at the end of the day, looking back at it now, I feel like it was a lot easier than what I thought it was back then.
What was I think I've heard you talk about this before. When taking out one thing, what was sort of like the hardest thing for you to cut out or just like stop doing during all that dieting?
I'll probably say carbs. I like carbs, but I had to cut it out because of what I wanted to do. So, at the end of the day, I'm glad that I did it because I'm able to, be able to go to college and be able to get a degree and be able to take care of my family.
Losing that weight, going from one to one, like going from one season where you're weighing that much to a season where you're much lighter, did it feel a lot different? Did you feel better when you moved and everything this past season, being lighter and being more athletic?
Yeah, I've always felt like I was the best tackle in the country, and I was able to show it, and I was able to show it through my play, and I felt a lot lighter being able to play and be able to show that I can run, be able that I can show that I'm athletic and stuff like that.
You keep mentioning it, and it's a thing. How much do you is it something you just sort of tell yourself every day? How do you sort of keep up with that motivation of being the best, being the best offensive tackle in the country? And how do you keep motivating yourself with that?
Because I truly feel that way. I feel like there's no one in this country that's better than me. It's just simple as that. Because I know I have a lot of work to do, and I know I have a lot of work to do. I know I can get better, but I feel like there's not a tackle in this country, in this class, that's better than me.
Yeah. Because of all that weight loss and everything, and just on your on-field play, you picked up a ton of different offers and interests this last season. How did it feel when that all sort of just came about and it came on top of you with all those different offers from big-time schools?
Well, when I was very young, I was always, when I was younger, I had a couple offers and stuff like that, so it wasn't really like a big deal when they started to come back. I just knew that I had to keep my head down and just keep on working because at the end of the day, as quickly as they came, they can disappear. So, just work out every day, grind and go hard.
Out of all those offers, what was maybe the one or two, maybe even three that you were like, wow, I was expecting this, but it's still a little surprising to get an offer from this school?
I didn't really feel like there was any school that I had a wow factor from. So it was all the same, to me. I'm a believer in we're all human, so I don't get starstruck whenever I meet somebody or talk to somebody.
All right, one of those schools that did jump in, and I think when you got it, you were definitely excited about was Ohio State when it comes to Coach Stud and everything they have at the program. How did it feel getting that Ohio State offer and just knowing that you have the opportunity to play in Columbus?
It was great. I would definitely say yes, I was excited when I got a lot of the offers. I just wasn't really starstruck. I didn't lose my mind, but I definitely was excited to be able to have opportunities to play at some of these schools. I feel like I have a great relationship with the coaching staff at Ohio State. I feel like I have a great relationship with Coach Day and Coach Stud.
I don't want to put words in your mouth, but I believe there's been the idea thrown around that Ohio State was sort of like a dream school for you, or just something like one that you were really looking forward to. Is that true? Just one of the more schools that you're looking forward to in your recruitment?
Yeah, I have a lot of family up there, and I have a lot of family, in a lot of places, and my family they come around all the time. I love my family, so just being able to be somewhere that's like home away from home is it's always been I've always been a thing for me. That's been one of my biggest things that I've always said that is part of my decision is being able to be home away from home.
I think one thing also that stuck out to you about Ohio State was the lineage they have with guys like, obviously Orlando Pace and on down with the different guys Ohio State's put into the league. Looking at that, and the development they have, is that something that really intrigues you about Ohio State?
Yes, sir. My favorite offensive lineman is Orlando Pace. And Ohio State has a very good history of putting out defensive ends. I know as an offensive tackle that might not seem much to other people, but it means a lot to me because I feel like the iron sharpens iron, and so therefore that meaning since they put out some of the best ends in the country, I'm able to go against the best ends in the country, and that makes me better.
Obviously, you're going to be in a class with a ton of different guys, probably 20 plus guys. When you look at that, are you looking more at in that sense, are you looking more at the defensive ends and the guys you're going to be going against, or the guys you'll be playing with, like the other offensive linemen?
I look at everything. I look from the entire team. I look from the quarterback to the defensive guys. It really doesn't bother me because it all matters to me because, it's still going to be a family. Ohio State is definitely different when it comes to, like, I would say a family aspect or like a team bonding aspect because they're the only school in the country that I can say that their recruits actually reach out and like trying to recruit other guys to come to their school.
You perfectly segued me into my next question about recruits reaching out. I know CJ and a ton of different guys have reached out to you. What's your relationship like with those guys as different teenagers going through a recruiting process together?
I definitely say, it's different. I'm not really used to that, other players reaching out. But I can definitely say, it's like, a lot of coaches, they tell you what you want to hear, but, players, are a little bit different. They're going to want you to do what's really best for you, too. We're always just trying to make it somewhere in life. So, they're always just going to tell you what they feel, but they're also going to tell you the truth, stuff like that. It's not always like, what you want to hear from coaches and stuff like that.
We'll finish up on this note. Obviously, you got all these offers in a time where it was sort of a dead period with no visits and everything. What's your sort of next step going forward? Hopefully, when this May visits open back up and you guys can start going and seeing schools in June, what's the next step for you?
Well, I'm just sitting down and figure out where I want to take my officials to.
All right. Thanks, Kiyaunta.